What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's do some more draft film breakdown. Today we're going to look at a defensive tackle out of Houston, Logan Hall. He's got the size, 6'6", 275, so he's got NFL talent in that aspect. And he had one massive year last year, 6 sacks, 24 tackles. He had a boom year. Before that, subpar efforts. So we're going to look at this. Is that just a holy crap season and this is the true answer, or is he really just blooming at the right time? So let's look at him up and close. Here he is right here, number 92. You're going to see a lot of length, a lot of just tools, but does he know how to use them? That's the question. So length, tools, motor, I like it here. Plus, initially, what do you see from Mr. Logan Hall?
Well, I think, like you said, he's got some tools to work with. Obviously, the size and the length is nice, but I think when you look at him as a prospect, he just doesn't really know how to utilize, said tools and size. So obviously, off the snap here, it's good. Good initial burst, good movement to split the double team. But after that, it's like doesn't really know how to use it quite well. The leverage, driving towards the quarterback, keeping your head up, things like that is something you're going to see on tape from Logan Hall consistently. That just needs some refinement and work.
Yeah, and we're not saying these guys this is their end result. This is where they're going to stay. I mean, this guy could eventually learn how to use his tools, get lower, start learning more pass rush moves. I mean, look at this. This is actually really good. I mean, splitting the double team again, getting skinny in between them, and using this guy as leverage to kind of get through after the quarterback. And the guy has to get rid of the ball faster because he's right in the face of the quarterback, right in the pocket. So, I mean, he has a lot of stuff you want to use and teams will covet and want as a pass rushing defensive tackle, but I think he needs to put on a little bit of weight and then learn how to use those long arms and long legs that he has. He needs to stay a little bit lower to drive through. But, I mean, this is stuff that teams will truly like. What do you see win this one?
Right, absolutely. I mean, they're going to like this. Obviously, splitting the double team, like you said, just getting through, fighting, hand usage is good. Continue to drive upfield and obviously hit the quarterback. So there's some things to work with, but I think he just needs to continue to work on that leverage and learn how to use his size, because he just tends to get a little bit too high. But again, there's some good things here. Obviously the quick initial burst, the quick movement, as you're going to see there, that's nice. But you'd like to see just a little bit better leverage so you can get to the quarterback faster.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, leverage aspect he's talking about, dip, get low. I mean, he's 6'6". I understand, but the thing is, low man usually wins. You can't just win based off of speed and power, especially when you move up a level of competition. This is UConn. This isn't Chicago Bears. This isn't New Orleans Saints. This isn't an NFL team. The linemen just get way better, way faster, way stronger. So you got to be able to use technique to win. And look at immediately off the snap, he's standing. I know he's tall. Don't give me the excuse. I mean, but still, he's got good hand usage here. Swim move, get downhill, doesn't get thrown off. And I love the motor. These are things you can't teach. The motor, you can't teach that, and he's got it. So I just think if he finds a coach and a team that knows how to use these traits, put it to good use, good things will happen. I compare him to like what William Golson was coming out of college. Very long, very doesn't know he's a tweener. Is he a defensive tackle, defensive end? We turn him into both, and he succeeds. But it's just using these tools correctly. Again, here, check him out, number 92. Just swimming around, finding space, getting skinny, getting quick, and then downhill after the quarterback. I like that one. What do you see?
Right. I like it too. And like you said with the traits, the explosion is there, the athleticism is there, the length, everything you want from, a guy like this. And he can definitely be a productive player, but I think it's going to be on him to just continue to develop, to utilize his legs more, connected with his arms. Obviously the hand usage is very nice, as you're going to see here. A nice, swim over, getting upfield. But again, it's just finding ways to finish. And the problem he didn't finish here is because, like we talked about earlier, the leverage, getting low and fighting with his legs more instead of all upper body.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So when you get up high like this, you're standing. You think you're going to push someone off their spot when they're bent, they're lower than you? No, you're swatting at a fly. You're barely going to kill the fly at that point. You got to be able to get low and initiate power. And something that, but the thing is, it can be taught. So it's not like, oh, he's trash prospect. He's showing you good stuff. Like, this is a lot of good stuff where trades can actually be morphed into a good talent in the NFL. And that's where coaching takes a hold of you and turns you into a whole other animal. I mean, look at this. Look at the drive when he actually gets low, drives into your chest, legs driving. I like it. And there's just, again, a thing teams will find, grasp, and build on. What do you like with that?
Right. Yeah, definitely. There's, stuff to build on, that's what you want out of these prospects. You want them to continue to grow, and it's not what they are right now. It's what they can become, 5 years down the line. So obviously, yeah, this is nice. Again, a lot of things to work with. He knows he lost here, getting upfield, trying to use that swim move again, fights back with a spin move and continue to, stay in the play. It's just little things that he's just going to have to continue to work on so he can be more efficient and more disruptive going forward. As you see here now, this is some of the bad we're talking about. Not really bad, but just stuff he's got to work on. Trying to hold his ground here, and has the guy right in his grasp, but he just can't get off that block. So it's just little things that he's just got to get better at and finish more consistently.
Yeah, that must have hurt, to be honest. I mean, it's right here. Okay, he gets doubled. He always turns his whole body too. He tends to do that, and look where his head's facing. He's not really knowing where the play's going. His head's not looking at the quarterback, so awareness isn't really there. Then he's getting pummeled. The quarterback runs right into him. You have him. The guy has you with one arm, and he just pushes you out of the way. I mean, that hurts to me. To me, for me watching, that hurts. Then here again, that same guard kind of leverages him. Just, okay, if you're going to stand high, I'm just going to push you off your spot. Look at the legs, are straight. There's no bend. There's no lower center of gravity. These are things that can be taught. You have a lot of tools. Let a coaching staff get their hands on you and really develop you. A lot of people have him really highly rated. I don't necessarily see him as a first-round talent like some people do. I mean, hey, you'd be the judge, guys. What do you see on tape? Now, this is some of the good in the running game. When he does use those long lever arms to his advantage, stays low, look what he can do. Bull rush in the running game. Long arm, you're not going to beat him on that. Leverage, staying low, I like that. But I'm not going to consistently ask him to stop you in the running game just based on his height and weight. I mean, 6'6", 275, you can't ask that to stop it too many times. What do you see here?
No, I agree. And this was really good. Again, a good job of using his arms and legs. And when they're connected, like you see there, obviously the good things start to come out. So yeah, I mean, that's just really its dominance right there. And he showed flashes of it, obviously, in this past season, his best year overall. And again, good stuff here, just, fighting through, getting good leverage, and actually, trying to locate the football. The only thing I would say is he just needs to continue to work on keeping his head up. But obviously that's domination there as he just throws the guard to the ground. But again, look at his legs and look at his arms. They're connected. They're working as one. And usually that's where he's at his best.
Absolutely. You said it best. Working as one, things are connected, knees are bent, arms pushing towards the quarterback. There's a reason behind the movements. And here again, trying to get skinny. He gets doubled right here. But he gets skinny, stands his ground, swims over the tackle, and just gets in the way of the running back, ends up getting a tackle for loss here and puts a stamp on it. But, I mean, this is good stuff. Still gets doubled, gets pushed off his spot in a big way, but he's there, not giving up on the play. Things I like to see. And, yeah, you don't want to see guys giving up, oh, I'm out of the play. Here, I don't know what the hell the linebacker is doing behind him. I mean, that's your gap. He just gets doubled and gets pushed down to the ground. He's not going to be asked to stand up in the running game very often from anyone, and this is the reason why. Like, 275, he's a little undersized at 6'6", so he needs to put on weight. But what do you see with this one?
Yeah, I mean, first foremost, 24. I don't know where you're going, but yeah, I mean, here, like you said, being doubled. And again, for whatever reason, he tends to twist his body like that instead of just trying to, engage and get upfield, hold that gap. So yeah, it just gets kind of overpowered here. And that's going to happen time to time, especially if he's at that size. So I think teams will definitely ask him to bulk up and, get more in the 290s if he can. But yeah, I mean, here again, trying to get through the double team, but really look at his head. It's not where the ball is. Like he's just going out of the play pretty much. So these are things he's got to work on and find ways to get more leverage and identify where the ball is going.
And you said it again. Like, where's his head? Look at him turning his whole entire body yet again. I mean, use that when you're trying to slip through a block. But, I mean, you don't even know where the ball is going right now. You're running into the lineman, and you're guessing. I don't want my lineman guessing. I mean, you got to be gap sound, or everyone behind you is going to pay for the cost. So, I mean, this is Logan Hall. Things you like, but then there's things where they need to be coached up. Other than that, guys, if you like it, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't. What do you think of Logan Hall? Do you think he's up there along the top 5 defensive tackles in the draft? Or do you think he's a lower tier guy and needs to develop a little bit more for your team to draft him? With that said, until the next one,